We are going to discuss SLA today. SLA is Service Level Agreement, which we have already discussed, the theoretical part, but very high level, we have discussed. Now we will try to configure SLA. Before going to SLA, I will tell you what is an SLA, just to recap. See, every process or every task will be having some timeline defined. You cannot take your own time, like when you are doing in any organization. Every task has to be completed within some deadline. There will be some deadline for every task. So every task will be having one particular timeline to actually complete the task. That is a deadline time. The deadline is the last time. That is the timeline. By deadline, you have to complete your task. Suppose you have assigned a task to work on some user story. The deadline is 2 weeks. The last, final time is 2 weeks' time. And you have a goal time. Goal is nothing but the best time to complete the task. Best time in the sense you can complete the task within 1 day. You can complete the task within 1 week. So goal is lesser when compared to deadline. Goal is the best time to complete a task and deadline is the most extended time. The most time you will get in deadline. And before deadline you have a goal time. Is it clear till now? Yes, now every task will be having some timeline defined. That timeline will be defining in SLA. So the SLA are the rules where we will monitor the timelines. Suppose Shivangini has assigned with one particular task. That task timeline has to be assigned by some other person. So that is nothing but SLA. Okay, we will configure an SLA. Suppose you have raised a request. Suppose let's take this Gogoroad application only. You have raised a request for your flat tire. Okay, that flat tire request has to be completed at least in 1 hour or 2 hours. It should not take like 2 days or 3 days. If it is taking 2 days of time to fix your flat tire, what is the use of this application? Yeah, you can book a cab and you can go right. That has to be fixed in some particular timeline. Every task will be having one timeline. So whenever you ordered your food from your Swiggy or Zomato, the delivery person has to be assigned within some 20 minutes or 15 minutes. It should not take like 15 minutes to assign a delivery person. Correct. Sorry, it should not take some 1 day to assign a delivery person. It has to be done within some timeline. Correct. So the timelines will be monitored by SLA. SLA are the rules where every task will be defining a timeline. Okay, now we can define a timeline on a particular task. We can define a timeline on entire flow. Okay, or else we can define a timeline on entire case type. Okay, suppose you are placing an order in Swiggy. Okay, the timeline for the delivery person to pick up your food is 5 minutes. Let's assume, and your food has to be delivered within 1 hour. And you have to provide a feedback within 5 hours. Okay, after you have completed your food, you have to provide a feedback. Now for assigning a delivery person. The timeline is 5 minutes. That is a task level SLA. Sorry, that is an assignment level SLA. One particular assignment will be having an SLA, and the food delivery process has to be completed within 1 hour. That is a flow level SLA. One particular flow, like placing an order, picking up by delivery person and then delivering to you, is one flow. That is a flow level SLA, and providing a feedback, like from starting and completing to your food. That is one entire case type. So after you ate the food that you have to provide a feedback for your food, you have to rate your food on your delivery partner. So that will be a case level SLA. Okay, the SLA you can define in 3 places. One is assignment level, flow level and case type level. Understood. Is this clear? Okay, see, the SLA can be defined on either on entire flow or entire application life cycle, or on a small task. Okay, click on the case type list. Open assistance request case type. So can you repeat broadly SLA is categorized into? What are the 3 ways? No, SLA is our only one that is not categorized. SLA can be referred. SLA can be configured at 3 places. One place is a flow level SLA. One place is assignment level SLA and another thing is a life cycle level SLA. Okay, if you click on assistance request, Shivang, the assistance request. Is there a first one? If you go to settings here, this is a life cycle. This application life cycle. If you go to settings, okay, you have SLA here. Come down. See, there is a goal and deadline. Goal and deadline. On the top, you have scrolled down. Yes, go. Goal and deadline. See here you have to define your user service level agreement. You can see your service level agreement. See if you define your SLA here. This is for your life cycle SLA. The entire life cycle will be using this particular SLA. That is, entire application has this SLA. Once anyone has created a case, that case has to be resolved in this particular timeline. If you have created a customer service request, suppose you have called some customer care and you have raised one complaint. That complaint level, SLA, will be there. Entire complaint has to be completed within this particular time. Okay, that SLA, you will define it here. Understood. This is a case application life cycle level SLA. Got it. So one question I have, like this SLA things is like how it will work. Like, suppose you have one SLA defined on flow. Yeah, that flow. Suppose is not executed on that day. So is it? I mean, is it failing in meeting the SLA, right? Yeah, we are. We are failing the SLA. We are failing the deadline. Then I will show you. Okay, how to configure how it works in the real time, in a real time. SLA is nothing but an agent. Okay, which will run in a background. SLA is a Pega processor. There is one agent, Pega Pega. I couldn't remember the name. I will show you. Okay, there is one agent in the background that will run on a server. Okay, so whenever you have defined SLA for 2 hours, once the 2 hours is completed, what it will do? It will actually perform the action which you have configured on SLA. Suppose, after 2 hours, you have configured like Notify Manager. Okay, one notification will be triggered to manager that so on. So task is pending from so on, so person. Okay, that task is there, right? On which task you are referring an SLA? You can refer the SLA on life cycle like this, or you can refer SLA on flow level also if you go to Workflow tab. Go to Workflow and come down. Come down. You click on Approval Rejection. That approval no below bottom one is there. Yeah, you click on that icon. Yeah, it will open a flow. Yeah, click on Open Process. Open Process on the right side. You have read hyperlink. Okay. Now we saw an SLA for entire life cycle. We can also define an SLA for this particular flow. Okay, to complete this approval step, you can define an SLA. You can go to Process tab. You have Process tab right on the top. You can define SLA here. See Service Level Agreement. Is that right? What up? Yeah, service level. If you define SLA, this SLA will be monitoring only this particular flow. It will not monitor entire life cycle. Okay. Once this flow has started, this SLA will trigger, and if the SLA time is 2 hours, you have to end this flow in 2 hours or else it will perform the action you have specified on SLA. Okay, got it. Yeah, and also SLA can be defined on a task level. Go to a top. Go to the flow diagram. First step. You can also define SLA. Suppose prompt for enrollment is one task, right? That is an assignment. You can define your SLA on the assignment. You double-click on that assignment. You have a come down. You have a task level SLA here. Not able to talk. SLA course, scroll up. See, you have a SLA there. Service Level Agreement. Now let's create a case. Now, there is no SLA on this particular task. Let's create a case and see how it is behaving without SLA. And we'll create one SLA and see how it is behaving with SLA. Okay.